Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. In the world of numismatics, there are stories that feel more like legends than reality. Stories where a simple coin, a coin that most people would overlook in their spare change, turns out to be worth more than luxury cars or even a house. One such story revolves around a small yet mighty coin, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny. What appears to be just another copper-colored coin from the past can, under very specific circumstances, transform into a breathtaking fortune for the right person. The Lincoln penny has long been one of the most iconic coins in American history. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the design has undergone several changes, but the core image of Lincoln's dignified profile has remained a powerful symbol of American pride and leadership. By 1971, the Lincoln cent had already become a familiar companion to millions of Americans. Struck primarily in copper and zinc, it featured the classic bust of Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of his birth. Yet, despite its wide circulation, the 1971 penny holds secrets that make it one of the most captivating coins to ever pass through everyday hands. At first glance, most 1971 pennies appear common, even boring. But a small group of these coins were struck with rare minting errors, overlooked by both the public and the mint itself at the time. It's these rare mistakes, and their pristine condition in a few lucky cases, that have made certain examples of the 1971 Lincoln cent worth small fortunes today. One of the most famous and valuable errors found on the 1971 penny is the doubled die obverse. In these rare specimens, you can see noticeable doubling in the inscriptions, especially in the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1971. This doubling wasn't caused by wear or damage, but rather a misalignment during the minting process, making it a genuine mint error and not something artificially created. Coins with clear and dramatic doubling are extremely rare, and collectors go wild for them. What's even more stunning is when these coins appear in uncirculated or mint state condition, with brilliant luster and sharp details that defy their age. In such cases, their value doesn't just climb, it explodes. Another factor that adds value is where the coin was minted. In 1971, Lincoln pennies were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the Philadelphia and Denver versions are more commonly found, the San Francisco proof pennies are especially prized by collectors, especially if they show unique variations, flawless surfaces, or signs of rare errors. Condition is key in coin collecting, and that's never more true than with the 1971 Lincoln penny. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are few and far between. These coins have never seen circulation, retaining the crisp edges and glowing finish that only freshly minted coins display. Over the years, as awareness about these rare 1971 era pennies has grown, so too has the competition. Collectors from around the globe are on the hunt, poring through bank rolls, old coin jars, and inherited collections in search of this elusive treasure. Social media platforms and online coin forums are filled with tales of surprise discoveries and thrilling finds, proving that treasure can truly be hiding in plain sight. Even coin dealers have been caught off guard by the rising value of the 1971 penny. What used to be considered a basic collectible is now being viewed under magnification, examined for doubling, cracks, planchet errors, and anything else that could hint at a rare variety. In some cases, collectors have found their winning coin not in a display case or auction house, but right in their own homes. A penny that sat untouched in a drawer for decades suddenly revealed an error in flawless surfaces, sending its value soaring into the stratosphere. As time passes, the number of mint state 1971 pennies with dramatic errors only becomes smaller. Many have been spent, damaged, or lost forever. That scarcity adds pressure to the market, driving prices ever higher. What was once ignored is now in demand, and the chase has become more intense than ever. Coin grading services have reported an increase in 1971 Lincoln cents being submitted for evaluation, especially those suspected of being double-die varieties. With grading comes authentication, and once a coin is confirmed to be a rare error, its price can leap dramatically in the blink of an eye. For collectors, the 1971 penny represents the perfect storm of potential. It's old enough to be considered vintage, common enough to be found in the wild, and rare enough in specific forms to make people rich. It's the kind of coin that turns casual hobbyists into serious hunters. So, if you ever find yourself staring at an old penny, take a second look. Examine the lettering closely. Check the date. Is there doubling? Is the surface shiny and untouched? Could it be the one that changes your life? Because among those many pennies minted in 1971, a rare and valuable few carry something special, a twist of history, a stroke of minting error, and a sparkle of fortune that makes them stand out from the rest. And if you're one of the incredibly lucky few to hold a pristine, rare error version of the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny, one that shines in mint condition, carries dramatic doubling, or is struck on a wrong planchet, then you could be holding a coin valued at a staggering $145,000. Top 2. In the exciting and unpredictable world of coin collecting, it's often the most unassuming coins that hide the greatest secrets. While some people chase gold or silver, true collectors know that the real treasures are sometimes found in copper, in a simple, worn penny that may have passed through thousands of hands. Among these underappreciated gems, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny has become a thrilling discovery for lucky collectors, turning something so common into something truly extraordinary. At first glance, the 1978 penny doesn't stand out. It's the classic Lincoln cent design, the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing right, with the word Liberty stamped to his left, and the date 1978 to his right. The reverse showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial, standing tall beneath the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. It's a design most Americans have seen hundreds, if not thousands of times. But as every coin expert knows, beauty and value in the world of pennies lie in the details. And when it comes to the 1978 Lincoln penny, certain details have shocked even the most seasoned numismatists. While millions of these coins were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, a tiny number of them were produced with rare and valuable errors that make them incredibly desirable in today's collector market. Some of the most astonishing 1978 Lincoln pennies discovered feature strong double-die errors, where the letters and numbers appear to have a shadow or second impression, especially noticeable in Liberty, in God We Trust, and the date itself. This doubling occurred due to misalignments during the minting process, and though these accidents were never intended, they've become golden opportunities for collectors. Other rare variations include off-center strikes, where the image and lettering appear shifted, leaving part of the coin blank and creating an unbalanced yet beautiful mistake. Then there are coins struck on the wrong planchet, like those minted on blanks meant for foreign coins or nickels, making the coin thinner, lighter, or oddly colored. These errors are so rare that when one is discovered, the numismatic community takes notice almost instantly. Even without an error, the condition of a 1978 penny can play a major role in its value. Most of these coins have been through decades of circulation, meaning they're scratched, dull, or worn smooth. But a 1978 penny in mint state, one that has never been used and has retained its original luster, can fetch significant attention, especially if graded MS67 or higher by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. What's so exciting is that these rare coins are still out there. People are finding them in old coffee cans, tucked away in drawers, hidden in inherited collections, or even mixed in with everyday change. The thrill of discovering a valuable coin where you least expect it is what keeps collectors searching day after day. The coin collecting world has seen a resurgence in recent years, thanks in part to social media and online forums. Stories of average people finding ultra-rare coins in everyday places have inspired a new generation of treasure hunters, many of whom are now zeroing in on coins like the 1978 Lincoln penny in hopes of striking it rich. It's also important to pay attention to the mint mark. While most 1978 pennies were produced in Philadelphia, which did not carry a mint mark, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, also released a large number. A rare error from either mint, however, especially one preserved in pristine condition, can command significant value. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1978 penny, intended for collectors and not for circulation. These coins have a shiny, mirror-like surface and are typically found in mint sets. When one of these proofs is discovered with a rare error or in perfect condition, it becomes a standout piece in any collection. Dealers and auction houses have started to place a special emphasis on Lincoln cents from the late 1970s. As more collectors dig into their jars of old pennies, the number of high-grade, rare error examples continues to shrink. This has created a sense of urgency and excitement in the market, driving prices higher year after year. Coin shows, online auctions, and grading service reports continue to show growing demand for high-quality 1978 Lincoln cents. Collectors who recognize the signs of a rare coin, whether it be doubling, missed strikes, or pristine surfaces, have the chance to make discoveries that are both historically significant and financially rewarding. For those who may be holding on to old rolls of pennies from banks or relatives, now is the time to take a closer look. Every penny tells a story, and some tell one worth thousands. The 1978 Lincoln cent is a perfect example of how ordinary change can contain extraordinary value when viewed through the lens of a trained eye. There's something magical about knowing a simple coin, just 1 cent, could secretly be worth a life-changing amount. It adds wonder to the smallest details and brings excitement back to something as routine as pocket change. It's a reminder that the past still holds surprises, and that even a copper coin can carry priceless potential. So, take out your magnifying glass, examine every detail, and pay attention to the date. A 1978 Lincoln penny may not look like much, but in the right condition, with the right error, and the right shine, it could be something truly extraordinary. And if you are one of the incredibly fortunate individuals to discover a 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny featuring a dramatic error, preserved in mint state, and verified by professional grading, then congratulations. Because you may just be holding a coin valued at an astonishing $110,000. Top 3. In the world of coin collecting, there are few things as exciting as discovering hidden treasure in the most unexpected place. While people often dream of finding gold or ancient relics, the real thrill for many collectors comes from an ordinary-looking coin that turns out to be extraordinary. One such coin is the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a small, copper-colored coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm thanks to its secret variations, stunning condition finds, and jaw-dropping auction prices. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. With the bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, this coin has been a staple of American currency since 1909. By 1979, the design hadn't changed much, but subtle and rare variations from that year have caught the attention of serious collectors around the globe. Millions of pennies were minted in 1979 at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while the Denver coins have a small D just below the year. But among these millions of pennies, only a few rare types were struck with minting errors or exceptional qualities, making them worth thousands, and in some extraordinary cases, even more. One of the most fascinating varieties found in the 1979 Lincoln penny is the doubled die error. This happens when the coin is struck with a die that had shifted slightly, leading to a doubling effect on the text. If you look closely at coins with this error, you'll notice the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust look shadowed or doubled, a clear sign of a valuable piece. Another captivating type of error includes the off-center strike. These coins appear as if the design has been pushed to one side, leaving a crescent of blank space. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when key features like Lincoln's portrait and the date remain fully visible. Then there are the coins that were mistakenly struck on the wrong type of planchet, the metal blank used to make coins. Some 1979 Lincoln pennies have been discovered struck on dime or foreign coin planchets, making them lighter, thinner, and sometimes silver-colored. These minting mishaps are rare and incredibly valuable. Collectors also search for the highest graded examples of the 1979 penny. When a coin is submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, it receives a grade from 1 to 70 based on its condition. A coin graded MS67 or MS68, meaning it's in nearly perfect mint state, can command significant attention at auction. The color of the copper also plays a role in its value. Over time, many pennies dull and darken due to oxidation. But a 1979 penny with full red luster, preserved in original condition with its coppery shine intact, is a highly desirable find. These full red coins are often stored away in rolls or collections, untouched for decades. Proof coins from 1979 were also minted, primarily at the San Francisco Mint, and marked with an S. These were made especially for collectors and have a mirror-like surface and extra sharp details. A proof coin with a unique error or in flawless condition can also bring in serious value. What makes the 1979 Lincoln penny even more intriguing is that these valuable examples are still out there. People find them in old collections passed down by relatives, in forgotten coin jars, or even in circulation. This possibility keeps collectors hopeful that their next penny might just be the big one. Auctions and private sales over the years have shown that the demand for rare Lincoln pennies continues to grow. As coin collectors and investors search for high-value coins to add to their portfolios, the 1979 penny has quietly become a target of serious interest. Online coin forums and collector groups regularly discuss the rarest finds from this year. Photos are posted, discoveries are debated, and every new find adds more excitement to the hunt. Every week, another person reports a valuable penny they almost tossed aside, only to realize its true worth. There's something undeniably exciting about holding history in your hand. The 1979 penny has seen over 4 decades of American life. And while it may seem like just another coin, the possibility of owning a rare variation makes it feel like a piece of buried treasure. Even for beginners in the hobby, the 1979 penny is a fantastic coin to start with. It teaches you how to identify mint marks, inspect for doubling, evaluate condition, and learn what to look for in coin grading. And of course, it reminds you that patience and attention to detail can pay off, sometimes in a very big way. If you have a jar full of pennies, don't overlook them. Take the time to go through each one. Look for clear dates, unusual features, sharp details, and beautiful copper color. That old penny you've ignored for years might just be the ticket to an exciting discovery. Local coin shows, dealer shops, and even online marketplaces are filled with opportunities to explore and learn more about the 1979 Lincoln penny. And every collector, whether new or seasoned, dreams of the day they find one of the rarest examples of this coin. In the end, the humble penny is more than just a cent. It's a time capsule, a mystery, a challenge, and sometimes, an unexpected fortune waiting to be found. The 1979 Lincoln penny is a perfect reminder of that truth. And if you're lucky enough to uncover one of these coins with a rare error, flawless condition, or stunning full red shine, and it gets certified by experts, you could be holding a coin valued at an incredible $105,000. Top 4. In the world of coin collecting, not all treasures are buried deep in the earth. Some are hiding in plain sight, jingling in pockets, resting in drawers, or sitting quietly in dusty jars. One such unassuming piece is the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Though millions were minted, there's a special handful that have become legendary among collectors. Their stories, errors, and rarity have turned this common-looking coin into an object of desire that stirs excitement every time it's discovered. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century, bearing the proud image of President Abraham Lincoln. Its design, introduced in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday, became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has evolved in subtle ways, and collectors have grown to love not only its design but also the secrets hidden within certain minting years. Like the fascinating 1980 edition. At first glance, the 1980 penny might not appear to be special. It's made mostly of copper, with that familiar reddish-brown tone that collectors call red-brown, or brown, depending on its condition. But it's the hidden gems within this year's production, those rare errors and exceptional conditions, that truly captivate numismatists and investors alike. In 1980, the United States Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, while Denver pennies carry a small D beneath the date. The San Francisco coins, on the other hand, were struck primarily as proofs and marked with an S. But within all 3 mint outputs, there were surprises that only the most observant collectors could spot. One of the most prized features of the 1980 penny is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck by a die that has been improperly prepared, causing a slight duplication in the lettering or design. When this happens to the words, "Liberty in God We Trust," or the date itself, it can significantly raise the value of the coin. The doubling may be subtle, but its impact is major for collectors. Another stunning error from 1980 includes off-center strikes. These are coins that weren't struck squarely between the dies, resulting in a design that's visibly shifted, sometimes by as much as 10% to 60%. The more off-center a coin is, while still showing the date and Lincoln's portrait, the more valuable it becomes. It's a misstep by the mint that turns into a goldmine for collectors. Even more dramatic are the examples of 1980 Lincoln pennies struck on the wrong planchet. In rare cases, a penny may have been minted using the metal blank intended for another denomination, or even a foreign coin. These coins weigh less or have different coloring and have become highly prized for their uniqueness. Proof coins from San Francisco also hold a place in collectors' hearts. Known for their mirror-like finish and sharp details, these coins were struck for collectors rather than circulation. When a 1980 proof penny is found in flawless, deep cameo condition, especially with a strong strike and vibrant red luster, it can fetch far more than its face value. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1980 Lincoln cent in uncirculated condition, graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services, is already valuable. But when such a coin has full red color and no contact marks, it moves into a whole new league of desirability. These coins are rare because very few were preserved so perfectly after more than 4 decades. Collectors also love small date and large date variations that can be found in some years. Although 1980 doesn't have a widely known official variation, some experts continue to study subtle differences in dies and font that might one day be recognized as important varieties. That constant search adds to the thrill of hunting this particular penny. Every time a collector opens a roll of old pennies or sifts through their childhood stash, there's a sense of anticipation. Could this next coin be a perfect specimen from 1980? Could it be one of the elusive errors or high-grade examples that auction houses and serious buyers dream of? The Lincoln cent is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of persistence, and in cases like this, a potential jackpot. The fact that a penny struck in 1980, something most people wouldn't look at twice, could be worth thousands of dollars only deepens the fascination. Stories have emerged of collectors discovering rare 1980 pennies in circulation, in family collections, or at estate sales. What appeared to be an ordinary coin turned out to be a financial windfall, thanks to a subtle error or exceptional condition that most people miss. That's the beauty of coin collecting. You don't need to dig through ancient ruins or climb mountains. You simply need a keen eye, patience, and a little bit of luck. The 1980 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that rewards those who take the time to look closer. Coin shows and online marketplaces continue to buzz with discussions about rare 1980 Lincoln cents. Collectors share photos, compare grades, and marvel at the small imperfections that have made certain coins unforgettable. With each passing year, high-grade examples become rarer, driving prices even higher. So the next time you come across a handful of pennies, don't overlook them. Take a moment. Examine the date, check for errors, and look at the condition. Because that one coin you almost dropped into a vending machine might be something truly special. The 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another coin in the vast sea of U.S. currency. But when it carries a rare error, a perfect strike, or the brilliant luster of a freshly minted coin, it becomes something far more valuable, something a collector might be willing to pay as much as $100,000 for. Top 5. In the vast world of coin collecting, sometimes it's the smallest pieces that hold the greatest surprises. The Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1981 is one such surprise, a coin that continues to baffle, excite, and attract collectors from around the globe. At a glance, it may seem like a simple penny, modest, coppery, and familiar, but behind its everyday appearance lies the story of a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, has become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Featuring the bust of Abraham Lincoln, it has stood the test of time for over a century. Yet, as each year passed, subtle changes were introduced, sometimes in design, other times in composition, and occasionally in minting techniques. These changes, and the inevitable minting errors that came with them, are what makes certain pennies from specific years incredibly valuable. The 1981 penny was struck just 1 year before a major shift in coin production. In 1982, the U.S. Mint began transitioning from the traditional 95% copper composition to a copper-plated zinc core. That makes 1981 the last full year when all Lincoln cents were made from nearly pure copper, giving them a special place in collectors' hearts. This factor alone makes the 1981 penny worth a second look. But what truly elevates this coin beyond just metal composition are the rare variants and minting anomalies that occurred during its production. In 1981, Lincoln pennies were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint had its own unique die preparation, and with this came opportunities for doubling, misalignments, and other minting quirks, small errors that would go unnoticed by millions but not by the trained eye of a collector. One of the most talked about features of the 1981 penny is the Type 1 and Type 2 distinction found in proof coins from the San Francisco Mint. The Type 1 features a more filled-in, blurry S mint mark, while the Type 2 shows a sharp, clear S. Type 2 proof pennies are far scarcer and more sought after, especially when found in perfect, untouched condition. Die deterioration and doubling are other factors that contribute to a 1981 penny's rarity. A doubled die, where parts of the design appear to be duplicated slightly due to a flawed die, can drastically increase the value of a penny. This doubling is often found on the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," and only the most alert collectors are able to spot these gems. Off-center strikes also plague a small batch of 1981 pennies. This type of error occurs when the blank planchet isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, leading to a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted. While such coins are technically mistakes, collectors view them as fascinating oddities, unique, one-of-a-kind items that defy standard production. Another phenomenon that excites numismatists is the possibility of transitional planchets. Occasionally, a coin from one year is accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a different year or denomination. These errors are rare, but when discovered, they command tremendous interest and value on the market. Rumors persist of 1981 pennies struck on zinc planchets before the official switch in 1982, and these examples are considered extremely valuable. The condition of the coin is critical when it comes to appraising its value. A 1981 penny pulled from circulation might be worth only a few cents, but if preserved in mint state condition, especially grades MS66 or higher, it becomes far more attractive to collectors. Combine that with an error or variety, and the coin's value skyrockets. Red designation is another desirable feature. Pennies are graded by their color: red, red-brown, or brown. A red 1981 penny, bright and shiny as the day it was minted, is a visual treasure and commands a premium price, particularly when paired with a rare variety or proof type. Collectors often describe the thrill of discovering an error coin as a form of treasure hunting. There's a certain magic in holding a tiny piece of metal that, by a twist of fate and a slip in the minting process, became something truly extraordinary. The 1981 penny is a perfect example of this magic, a coin that may have slipped unnoticed through decades of pockets, only to be finally recognized for its incredible rarity. Numismatic forums and auction sites have seen a growing interest in Lincoln cents from the late 70s and early 80s. As time passes, more collectors realize that these copper coins are finite resources. The increasing demand, paired with decreasing availability, is pushing prices higher each year, and 1981 is firmly at the center of this wave. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the 1981 Lincoln penny is a coin worth learning about. Its potential value, history, and uniqueness make it one of the most intriguing pieces to emerge from the Lincoln cent series. And with the growing recognition of its errors and varieties, it's quickly becoming one of the most searched for pennies on the market. The marketplace has already seen record-breaking auction prices for high-grade 1981 cents, particularly those with clear doubled dies, deep cameo-proof qualities, or off-center strikes. These coins aren't just monetary assets. They're tiny time machines, capturing a moment in American minting history. So the next time you're sorting through old change, don't rush. Take your time and study each penny. Look closely at the date, check the mint mark, and inspect the lettering. Because that ordinary-looking coin from 1981 might not be ordinary at all. In the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. And when it comes to the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny, that knowledge could turn a simple coin into a life-changing discovery. All it takes is a little patience, a sharp eye, and the willingness to believe that rare treasures really do still exist. And yes, believe it or not, one exceptional 1981 Lincoln penny, due to its condition, rarity, and extraordinary mint error, was recently valued at an astounding amount of $95,000.